Over the last century, America's black farmers have lost more than 90% of their land because of systemic discrimination and a cycle of debt.
The U.S. Department of Agriculture has a long history of discrimination. A study commissioned by the USDA found that loans to black male farmers were 25% lower than those given to white male farmers on average.
For decades, the U.S. Department of Agriculture systematically favored white farmers by denying loans to black farmers. And discrimination was widespread at its local branches, which were largely run by all-white county committees.
Many black farmers would come into the office and the local official would say, "We don't have any money available." And when white farmers came in, they would process their loans less than 30 days. And for black farmers, it took 387 days on average.
We'd fill out the papers, and then they would just take the paperwork and just throw it in the trash.
Without the same access to funds, black farmers struggle to keep up with their white competitors and are often forced out of business.
We're talking $177 to $230 billion that black farmers have lost because of active discrimination.
That's right. For decades, the USDA actively discriminated against black farmers, giving them smaller loans than white farmers, or outright refusing to give them loans altogether. And that's according to the USDA. So, that's like digging up your own tweets and canceling yourself. Nah, go away, me. But that's how bad this discrimination was. And farming is hard enough on its own. Think about it. You got pests, you got droughts, you got ghosts trying to get you to build a baseball field. The last thing you need is for the federal government to be up against you. And after decades of discrimination, black farmers had had enough. And so they took their complaints right to the top.
Black farmers first picketed the Department of Agriculture in 1996. About 50 showed up with a pair of mules and a wagon to protest racial discrimination. Thousands had sent in complaints, but they found the Civil Rights Office at the USDA had been closed for years, and boxes of their letters remained unopened.
In 1999, thousands of black farmers settled a historic class action discrimination lawsuit against the USDA in a landmark case called Pickford versus Glickman. The government agreed to pay out more than $1 billion, with thousands of black farmers receiving up to $50,000 each.
The vast majority never received a dime from the federal government. An overwhelming number of farmers were dubbed late filers by USDA when their applications trickled into office inboxes after a 180-day deadline. Tens of thousands of black farmers claim they did not receive proper notification of the settlement.
For so many of them, it's been red tape and setbacks ever since. 11 years of splitting time between the fields and Capitol Hill, staging protests, even riding tractors through downtown D.C. to get attention from Congress.
Okay, now this is how you protest. Riding tractors and mules into downtown D.C., not only are you bringing attention to your cause, but riding a mule is the one time a cop can't pull you over for a busted taillight. And they had to take some extreme measures. Because if anyone knows bullshit, it's farmers. And this was definitely some bullshit. The government basically admitted that it owed the farmers money, but then bogged them down in red tape. Let me tell you something, man. If you lose a lawsuit, the hearing should end with the bailiff marching you to the ATM to watch you withdraw that money. Oh, whoopsie. Looks like I forgot my pen. Oh well. It's your birthday backwards, man. Just do it. Now, the government tried to fix things in 2011 by providing some more funding to black farmers. But unfortunately, it came too late for many of them, and it still fell far short of the economic losses that they had suffered at the hands of the USDA. So the next time you hear people talking about how black farmers are getting extra special treatment from the government, think about the treatment that they've been getting for the last 100 years. And some of the people who are upset about this loan forgiveness, they might not even know that all this discrimination even happened, which I understand. And that's why we've decided to update the most famous song about farmers to better express the black farming experience.
Old Black Donald had a farm, couldn't get a loan. Now the only farm he's got is on his mobile phone. 'Cause of racism here and racism there. Here a racist, there a racist, everywhere a racist. Old Black Donald had a farm, now he works at Kohl's. I'm on my break!